Hi, this is Al Hague again from ClayShootingUSA Magazine. We're at the SHOT Show, and this time we're in the Guerini booth, and we're standing here with Wes Lang, president of Guerini. He's got a brand new gun to share with us, the Invictus, and there's a lot of exciting information about it, so we're going to let Wes tell us why it's so special and what's happening.
Al, over the years, Cesar Guerini has built a reputation for making guns that cosmetically are very attractive, and I think we've been pretty progressive with features and in the sporting market with adjustability and the accessories that go with the gun, and we have worked hard to provide very good customer service. And one of the things that we wanted to tackle as a relatively new brand, now actually 11 years old, but as a new brand, we wanted to really address the long-term longevity, the durability of a double gun. There are some inherent flaws in the design of a double gun that only allow it to have a certain lifespan. So there's metal on metal wearing, and at some point, between the barrel and the action, the gun will be fundamentally completely worn out. That might be 500,000 rounds, 1,000,000 rounds, whatever the number is from brand to brand to brand, you can decide that. But we wanted to address how we can make a gun substantially more durable, and in a way also assure our customers that Cesar Guerini is committed to not only making attractive and innovative guns, but some of the finest engineered and most durable guns on the market. And that's really what the Invictus is about. The Invictus in Latin means unconquerable, so the name kind of applies to what our objective was, to make a durable gun. So I'm going to try to quickly explain how that works. The forend doesn't support the main structure of a gun on a double gun. It's part of the hinging system, but when the gun goes off, when you set a round off, it doesn't really create any of the strength in the system. Forends contribute to how a gun feels when you open and close the gun. So if a gun is loose, everyone that's shot guns for a long time knows that some guns will be looser than others. That's created by the tension between the forend and the action, and how much tension is applied there. That's accomplished by wedging the forend between the two. As that wears, the barrel can become looser. Our system has an interchangeable hardened metal insert that allows us to retighten the actions. But even if a gun doesn't incorporate that, the worst case scenario, they would have to get a new forend iron or a new barrel lug soldered on, but it's not the end of the road for the gun. It's not a fatal flaw. The other issue people look at as far as durability revolves around the locking system or the locking lugs. So what does a locking lug do? Locking lug closes the gun. It's the lug that engages the barrel, and it's like the latch on a door. It holds the gun closed. However, when you fire the gun doesn't have pressure trying to open. On our gun, if you remove the locking lug, which I highly recommend that nobody does this, but if you remove the locking lug altogether, so there's no locking system, you could literally hold the gun closed and fire it, and it wouldn't try to pop open. So the locking lug is kind of the latch on the door. It's designed on most systems, whether it be low or higher up or on top, to be replaced with a new replaceable lug that allows you to recompensate for wear that's just created by opening and closing it. So what is the real main fatal flaw that wears out over and under gun potentially forever? And that is the way the barrels hinge back and forth on the frame, and the point that it wears to where the frames are the barrels are no longer on face. No longer on face means this joint has worn to the point where there's a gap here opening between the barrel and the action, making it unsafe to fire the gun, and that's caused by the wear and the tolerance opening up. So when you fire the gun, okay, when the gun you actually shoot the gun, you have, let's say, 8,000 psi, okay? The barrel is trying to go this way and the action's trying to go this way, all right? How a double gun, specifically an over and under, addresses that is two ways. You have the hinge point, that keeps the barrel from going this way and the frame from going that way, but more importantly, you have something called a recoil lug. A recoil lug is simply a metal projection on our gun here and other brands here, but it could be on the sides or it could be incorporated into the gun somewhere, where the frame and the barrel lock together so that when it's closed, it creates strength. So that section of the barrel locks into the frame. Now it's very strong this way, okay? Yep. And that's what creates the longevity that allows us to shoot. Again, let's pick the hypothetical number of 500,000 rounds, okay? At the end of that time period, when you've worn the system down to the point the frames are off, the barrel is off the face, for all intents and purposes, the gun is done at that point. What we've done at Cesar Guerini with the new Invictus shotgun is we set out to address that issue. And is it really the end of the life of the gun, or is it not the end of the life of the gun? Can we engineer some way to make that longer or solve that problem? The first step of addressing it was that we've eliminated all trunnions and hinge pins out of the gun. So this is the first over and under that incorporates no hinging point on the inside of the gun. Okay. We in turn created a system that goes on actually on the monoblock. So in essence, you can say we reversed the two. The actual barrel fits down into recesses in the action, all right? Now, we've gotten to that 500,000 point, and the barrels are off face. By doing this, we've incorporated a hardened surface, which is interchangeable, a hardened piece, that allows us, for the first time ever, to move the barrels forward and backwards within the action. Wow. Some people might say, well, is that what a replaceable trunnion does? Our existing Cesar Guerini guns have interchangeable trunnions. That's not the same thing. A trunnion works as like a hinge, and when you wear on the trunnion, you've created a gap there, and by putting a new trunnion in, all that you have done is filled that gap, but you have not moved the barrel forward or backwards, right? So you would not close that up. By inserting a piece that has a larger tolerance, we are actually able to move the barrels back against the frame again, and now back to factory new, where they're in specification and touching the frame, and safe to shoot from that aspect. But you create another problem. These recoil lugs that are so important to the strength of the gun are also moved rearward, opening up a large gap. So in essence, we cured this problem, but we've created another one that makes the gun a lot less durable. So now only the hinge point is the only thing that keeps those two pieces from coming apart. And the recoil lug, or being damaged really, because the lug is still there, but there's a gap there now. So how do we address that problem? We have something called the Invictus block that replaces the surface in the action that traditionally would lock to the barrel. Okay. So we move the barrel back till it touches the breech face, and then we re-regulate that space between the frame and the recoil lug, putting the gun 100% back to brand new condition the day it was shipped from the factory, ready again for that next 500,000 rounds. I mean, whether it's 100,000, 500,000, or a million, whatever the interval is, it's ready to do it again. And we can do that 3 to 4 times. So what essentially we've done is we've not made a gun that's a little more durable, or 50% more durable, or 100% durable, but something on the order of 300% more durable. So from an overall longevity and durability standpoint, the new Invictus is really designed to be easily over a 1 million round gun, and can be rebuilt a number of times, and it exceeds every other double gun on the market by multiples. Wow. We also, by the way, did a lot of other things to the gun, upgrades and some other things. It's now one of the widest frames on the market at 46 millimeters. We did some beautiful shadow line bosses, which very high-end touch to the gun. We've done a number of modifications to the trigger, including special plating and different tolerances. We put a vibration dampener into the fore-end. The Invictus will be offered in base grade as a higher grade of walnut. It's really our upper end workhorse 12 gauge target platform, which you'll see as a flat rib sporting clay gun in the beginning, and then you'll see extensions to the line as we go.
Well, it's clearly more than cosmetic changes. This is a revolutionary redesign, and this could set the standard thinking on its ear.
Well, we've set the benchmark for durability in a whole new stratosphere. I mean, it's not even comparable at this point. You know, we've created a gun. It's almost like thinking about it like a cat, where every other gun died on its first life. This one has multiple lives, and you may shoot it that much, you may not, but it's like saying, okay, where Ford is offering a 1,000,000-mile bumper-to-bumper warranty on their new F-150. You may not drive 1,000,000 miles, but it's nice to know that it's that durable.
It's nice to know that you can do it. Price range?
The standard base grade gun has an MSRP of $6,700. In the future, we may possibly have some upper grades, but that'll be for probably 2015 and so forth. So that's where our base gun starts.
Well, clearly you guys have really put this together, thought it all out, and it's exciting stuff, and I appreciate you taking the time to spend with us.
It's my pleasure.
And
my pleasure, Al.
Good luck with it all. I'm pretty excited about it. It's interesting technology, and it'll work.